Alright, CSS battle time. Here we go. We have a square with the point. Looks like the snake game almost, you know? Alright. I mean, it might be a border day as well. Yeah. Yeah, I think a border is a good idea. And then I think we might end up... I think this could be a conic gradient and just be like a square right here, right? And I think if I play my cards right, I could use that background everywhere. Because if I place the conic gradient somewhere off screen, like this blue part, we should be good. Or like outside of, like if I have this as borders and then this is the body, it might work. Okay, let's see if we can make that work. I'm gonna start with just getting the borders out. That looks pretty thick. I'm gonna start with 50 pixels, but I feel like it's bigger than that. But let's do that. Let's do margin to get this down. 50. Let's see where we're at here. Okay, diff. We are not quite far enough, and this is gonna be like 80. And then, am I too thick? Not thick enough. Okay. 60 pixels. That looks about right. All right, we're spot on there. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and go on the body and make the background a conic gradient. And we're gonna go, let's just start with the colors. Let's do like this to, 25 degrees. I'm gonna do degrees because I think I'm gonna need, because percentage is great when you're doing a quarter turn where it's 25%. You know exactly what you want. But when I have this acute triangle, most of the time you need the fidelity that degrees gives you for putting in a color. Okay, so we're already getting a repeat because it's the size of the body. Okay. So I might have to make the backgrounds, I could just say a no repeat. Let's say if I do no repeat. Oh, we need a dash on this. There we go. Okay, so we don't, if I do a no repeat though, I can just up the size. I can increase the size. So if we're like 500 pixels. Is that position? That's position. All right, 0, 0, slash 500 pixels. All right, already starting to think this might not be worth. Okay, and then we can just change the position of it, but now we see where it's getting placed. Okay, yeah, because it's what we could do. Let's go ahead and put an outline on this guy. 2 pixels solid. Okay, it's right there, but at least we know we can push the conic gradient out of the screen with with sizing and stuff. All right, I think if we do 500 by 500, we don't need a no repeat. Yeah, see, that actually that helps. So I could do something ridiculous like 5" or something like that. We'll figure out those bits in a minute. Let's see if we can margin this out of place. Oops. Say -50. Okay, we can move it. We can move it with margin. Translate might be the better move. 50 to the right. I think actually it's going to be 0 on the right. Or -50 on the right. Let's do more than that. 80. Let's like, we can say 80 there. We're gonna be more like 60 or 80. I kind of want it so that this yellow box where the conic gradient starts in the middle still, And what I might do is turn the no repeat back on and change the size. If I type no repeat properly, this will look good. And then let's get rid of the size for now. We know it works. We can, there we go. Okay, know it works. It's only showing up. Okay, we're looking at the size of the body right now. It's bigger than the HTML, but it's still only showing inside the window of the HTML with the no repeat on. I was hoping it would full size it. I am gonna put the background on the HTML. I wonder if I should just, okay, let's just get this positioned and then figure this out. Not 100, 50. Let's look. We need this part to be exact. So 5. Let's go 20, 30, 40. Okay, that should be good. And then we need this side to be like what, 50? No, 100. That should be good. Okay, so we should get, that might actually be just right, perfect. We'll adjust these if we need to. I really don't want to, I can say from here for the degrees that it's going, but I don't want to have to change its position, even though with it showing up there, it looks really weird. All right, let's take this. Let's go Control X. Let's put it up here in the HTML, and it is just showing up inside there. We had the no repeat. If we turn that off, we get it everywhere. Okay, but we don't, where we don't get it is in the body. And that is because we have the wrong selector. Okay. But now we're picking up our borders. All right, so let's move that off into its own selector. There we go. Okay, now we're starting to look like I want. All right, we're cooking now. We're gonna make it. It's gonna be okay, guys. It's gonna be okay. Let's get rid of that. And we can get rid of all that for now. Okay, so from, I want to start it like here, this angle, say the from at this angle, because then I don't have to do yellow color stop from the 0 angle. I could have to come all the way around at yellow to here, do blue, and then go back to yellow. And so I don't want to do that. So to save myself the color stop, we're going to use the from syntax. From 150 degrees. That's not enough, but let's 250. Yeah, now we're closer. Let's do 40. All right, and then if we shrink this one, no, that one needs to be 100. Oops, 100. Let's shrink this one. There we go. We got it centered. All right, that's what I wanted. I knew I could do that. I mean, I was pretty sure. Okay, 243 seems to be our best fit here. Let's turn this one up. 45, 55, 54. Okay. We have an extra gradient. Now let's play with sizing. If we have it at, I'm hoping I can just say, 0, 0, and then say 500 pixels. Okay. So it's growing on the HTML, so it's growing that triangle to be huge. I could position it over. Can I change the position? I feel like there's a clever way, if I think about this the right way, I can change the position on the HTML with some sort of font trick, right? Where I change the font to 0. So I have these be like the position is somewhere random, and then I change the font to nothing so that the position turns off. And so then on the body, it shows up properly. So I wrote this to fit on the body. Hold on, before I get crazy. No repeat, it shows up in the HTML. Okay, so that doesn't work. Just wanted to see. All right, think about it. What are our layers? If I move it in the HTML, I want it to move in the HTML, but be where it's at in the body. So do I want to move it or size it? I think I want to size it. 10M. I want to move it. Let's say 10M there. All right. And if we say, actually, that's what we can do. Font 0A. Okay. So this is size. I don't want to set size. Oops. To 0. We do that, the whole gradient disappears. Or this is size. That's position. That's what I did wrong. Oh, boy. We'll get there. We'll get there. I know I can get there. 10M. What did I break now? I broke it. I broke it. There we go. We're back. We're back. Okay. Position, then size. So if the size is huge on the HTML, that's not good. But if the position is weird on the HTML, I think that's actually what we need. Oh, that's what we need. At 10M. Curious. It's not changing anything. I mean, that kind of gave us the opposite of what we wanted. We lost the blue triangle here, but we gained some blue triangle there. Let's just do 1M. See what happens. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's expanding. Okay, so I see what it is. This is our window into the HTML. We can see where it's at on the HTML. -9. Great. Why is it not? I could probably set this up easier as a variable instead of the font. Know what I'm saying? Like, -9M gives me a nice yellow background, and then I could put this as a variable and then be like 50%, you know, or whatever I need to do. Huh. Okay, so anything below 0, and it's actually, okay, so if it's at 0, I could just do a variable and then set my, yeah, let's just do that, and then we'll get rid of font. And it's longer characters, but I think that's what I can wrap my head around in the time that I have. And if you are smarter than me, by all means, do it. Okay, let's just see if we get 100%. Can you imagine? Do all that? 99.9. I like this solution. I think this is actually gonna... No! 99.9 of all the dirty tricks. Okay. Not 55. That's not the way to go. Am I gonna need to do some real weird trickery? The border seems right. I think it's gotta be this thing. Okay, 244. Let's try that combination. And then we'll try the other combination of the 54 degrees. Are still there. And then we'll start trying half degrees. No. 52. Okay. It's going to be like... Okay, that looks pretty good. 244.5. No. 43.5. No, 44.5. Oh, this changes the other one. So let's actually just do one at a time. Because our starting angle, we go 52.5 degrees from there. So let's actually test that. Let's test 243. Okay, yeah, 53.5. That looks really good, but I think I might... There we go, 100%. Thank goodness it wasn't too hard to chase. We just had to add 1 decimal. I'm okay with that. I'm not going to chase percentage at this moment. I'm not convinced that was the best way to go. Okay, 160 characters right now. We could change 60 pixels, huh? That's going to be 20 VH. That doesn't help. No, 60 is the one that doesn't like to change. Sometimes you can do 63Q. Ooh, that doesn't look good. 64Q? Let's see. Sometimes 60 is just one of those ones it seems like is real finicky. But we got 159. I will take it. What else can we get rid of? Have to leave that space there. Don't have to leave that there. Those are good. Yeah. 1 background, 1 border. We can get rid of that. That doesn't need to be there. And hit or submit. 158. I'm going to call it. That was fun. That was a cool one. Yeah, maybe you found a way to use font instead of a variable, and that'd be cool. And I hope you're having a good time, and I'll catch you later.